Cycling myth number 5. I have moved to a non-UCI legal position, so I will automatically be faster.
No, I'm afraid this is not true either. The UCI are just a governing body. They're no magicians, and they certainly have no control over physics. And thus, the rules that they present are predominantly designed to preserve the aesthetic of the sport, to prevent people from going into crazy equipment and crazy positions, which no longer resembles cycling. And they just want to keep that in check. And because of that, the rules are more or less arbitrary. They by no means suggest any kind of performance ceiling or performance breaking point in terms of aerodynamics or weight or whatever that lies behind them. So, with that example, nowadays it's really quite popular for triathletes at least to keep increasing their aerobar reach in hopes of getting faster. But in my experience and testing, this just doesn't work. Just because you go outside of those UCI limited ranges, it doesn't mean that there's some magic performance advantage there. In fact, more often than not, even if you are not constrained by those rules, the most efficient position on the bike comes within those bounds. And similarly for equipment, you can't just keep deepening the airfoils and making crazy shapes because, again, in practice, it's not as simple as that. You have to balance the pressure drag and the skin drag and a whole lot of other aspects to make a bike fast. So if you think about crazy shaped bikes like the Ventum, for example, it's just a really slow bike, even though it's not UCI legal. And it's not the only one. There are numerous examples of that. So yeah, just because some part of equipment is not UCI legal, it doesn't mean that it's fast. Same applies for position, for bikes, anything in general. It's not a magic trick. They're just arbitrary rules.